Hello, vinyl community. How you doing? I'm Gary. This is Physical Format Rock and Roll. Thank you so much for tuning in and for leaving this Christmas ale out for me. Cheers. That is delicious. I am here to do a contest entry, and I am just getting in under the wire. I have seen entries for this. Everybody's been doing a great job. And it totally slipped my mind. Then I saw Sam St. John do another one. But anyway, Lloyd Boon and his World of Music. That's who we are going to do a contest entry for. If you know Lloyd and his wonderful channel, he kind of has a bit of a resurrection story going on. And he is the king of the hat trick. You'll have to watch his video if you don't know what that means. But I like his video. I think he's a funny guy. He's a nice guy. And I like this contest too, because it's very, it's real. It's not pretentious at all. And that's why I like it. So what is his contest, you say? Well, I'm glad you asked. He showed a series of albums of artists that he considers to be underrated, or maybe they don't get talked about much in the VC. You know them, you've heard of them, but nobody seems to really, sorry, Patty, nobody seems to talk about them a whole lot, or maybe they don't take them seriously. Maybe, you know, it's that kind of thinking. Now, before some people get all excited and say, oh, well, he must be talking about Taco John and the Cat Litter Brothers, or whatever, you know, just my favorite post-punk, underground, indie, synth pop, reggae influenced band that nobody knows about. Yeah, you know, we tend to get a little pretentious with some of that kind of shit in the vinyl community, don't we? Right? It reminds you of when you were younger and you went to record stores and there was always that one guy hanging out, always wore the same shirt, had a, you know, he reeked of cat piss. And he was always talking about the bands that nobody knows, you know. Hey, I can't do any mainstream music whatsoever, man. I only have to do these bands. Nobody else knows about them because they're not cool. Hey, here's something you might not realize. Sometimes people don't know about a band because there's nothing special about that band and they sound like shit. They can't play, they can't sing, they got no cool image, there's nothing about them. Okay, so sometimes that's the reason. Not always, but let's be real. Now, so here I'm going to show what he wanted you to do. He wanted you to show if you have records by any of these artists that he showed, that he felt were, you know, that met these qualifications, show them. That's the first part of it. So I'm going to start out. I've got a few of the artists that he showed. First, here's Present Company by Janice Ian. Wonderful singer-songwriter, great voice, really good songwriter, you know, done most of her famous work in the 70s, kind of turned on to her by my good buddy Chris Brophy. Next up, the lovely Linda Ronstadt. This is Don't Cry Now. And Linda, of course, you know, everybody knows Linda Ronstadt, but, you know, a lot of people don't necessarily talk about her or take her that seriously, but gosh, what a voice. Linda has such a great voice, had that great country rock kind of sound, a easy-going thing, but she also had some more up-tempo songs, even did a new wave album. Her health is not great nowadays. She can't sing anymore, but what a discography the woman has had. Next up, totally agree with this pick too, John Denver. He said, show some John Denver if you have it. This is Poems, Prayers, and Promises. Love this record. This sounds great. When people talk about listening to music like on a Sunday morning, you know, this is a perfect album here. Of course, it has, you know, Take Me Home, Country Roads, but it's got all kinds of great songs on here. He does a version of Fire and Rain. Love that album cover too. Next up, here's one that I really like that he showed, and that would be Carly Simon. This is her album Spy. Pretty cool cover there. I think Carly has a great voice. and she's a terrific songwriter. Let me show you. I got a couple copies of this. Here's the inside of it. Another kind of cool picture there. Got that hat on, got that sly smile going. Of course, I know a lot of people, this is their favorite album cover, The No Secrets by Carly Simon. I'm not sure why. Terrific album. I think Carly Simon, yeah, Carly Simon has some stupid songs. You know, she's made a few albums that were kind of out of what she should have been doing, but she has so many terrific songs too. Great songwriter. So there's that. Now he said also pick an artist, show an album by them, or you can show a bunch. I'm just going to show one since my videos go too long, that you feel meets these qualifications. So I went with Mr. Waylon Jennings. I think everybody knows Waylon Jennings, but I really don't hear anybody talk about Waylon. I think the only person off the top of my head, and I'm not saying there aren't others, but the only person I can think of off the top of my head is Mike over at MGK Boston, but that's because he's cool as hell. That's why he talks about Waylon. Waylon was probably the first country artist that I ever bought anything by. Yes, I don't listen to a whole lot of country. I'm mostly rock, but Waylon was like the first country artist that I bought anything by when I was a kid. So this, you know, I've always been crazy. Man, that's a perfect song. I've always been crazy, but it's kept me from going insane. It's one of the songs I want played at my funeral. I think it's fantastic. And I think, yeah, Waylon didn't write a lot of his songs. He wrote some, but he had, you know, famous people writing some of his songs. But what a voice. What a voice the guy had. The songs that other people wrote for him, nobody would have done a better job than Waylon did. 70s, 80s, 90s, he was making albums clear up until he left this earth. So that's my pick. Thank you, Lloyd, for such a fantastic contest. He was trying to get to 100 subs, which boom, man, he has passed that. Congratulations to you, Lloyd, and cheers to you, my friend. And as always, anybody who has made it to the end of the video, I thank you very much. And go check out Lloyd Boon. Subscribe to him if you have not already. Till the next time, my friends, I will see you down the road.